question 17, we have a parallelogram. Remember, opposite sides and parallelograms are equal, and we've got two vectors marked on. We've got OP, which is A, and OR, which is B, and we're given the points X and Y are on OQ, such as OQ equals QY equals Q equals YQ. So basically, this middle line that goes through the diagonal of the parallelogram, that has been split into thirds, okay? All right, so find as simply as possible in terms of A and B. First one we want is OQ. So we want to go from O to Q. All right, the first vector we go along, we're going in this direction. We're going with the vector, so we've gone along A, and then we've gone along this top. Now, that's not labelled, but if we look at it, the fact it's a parallelogram means it's exactly the same as that bottom line there. So we can also mark that as B, so it's all together gone A plus B. And you should really underline the vectors because that shows that they're vectors. Okay, next one, I want to go from P to R. So starting at P, I can go down here and then I can go across to R like that. Now on this first one, the original arrow was pointing that way, but we've travelled that way down it. So that means we've gone minus, so it's minus A, but then we're going with the direction of the arrow on the other one, so it's plus, so minus A plus B. You can write that as B minus A if you want, and that generally looks a bit nicer, but it mathematically doesn't make any difference. Okay, next one. XY, okay, so XY is this distance here, okay. Now we can obviously see there's no letters in between that, but we already know from doing this part A that OQ was A plus B. Now we're told in the top question here that they're all kind of basically a third of that line, so all you've got to do is a third of that one there, so a third of the A plus B, because it's the same line, it's just a third of the size, so it's a third of A plus B, and that's your answer for that one there. Alright, and last one is Q to R. Okay, so Q to R, I am going to start, hang on, try again, sorry, it is X to R, I don't know why I said Q, I did the drawing right, so sorry, X to R, I can go X down to there, and I can go across there. Okay, now X down to O, that is the same as like a third of the OQ, but it's going in the opposite direction. So that one there is going to be minus a third of this A plus B. And then we're going to add on B, because then we've got to go along the bottom in order to get to the R. Simplifying that, okay, looking at the A's first, that's going to give me minus a third of A. And then I've got minus a third of B plus B, which altogether gives me 2/3 of B.